question of nursing home responsibility related to COVID issues is a really big issue right now. And what we're seeing happening is opposite ends of the spectrum. You're seeing high-end nursing home facilities taking immense precautions, virtually locking down the places to prevent the spread of COVID. And so there's going to be very unlikely that you're going to see wrongful death cases emanating out of these type of facilities that are really taking high-level safety precautions. And then you have the lower end, the nursing homes that are not as well funded or staffed that aren't taking such precautions. So the likelihood of a wrongful death type of case happening is going to probably be more likely on the lower end, ones that are not putting in the safety precautions that are really necessary here in those facilities. And therein lies your answer, right? Because if somebody unfortunately contracts COVID and dies at a facility that's really taking a great level of care and precaution, that's going to be a much more difficult case to prove. Hey, we did everything we could. Unfortunately, with COVID, you cannot eliminate all risk. You can take reasonable precautions to eliminate most of it or a lot of it. And if you do, then you've probably complied with a reasonableness standard. If, on the other hand, you haven't taken all of these precautions that everybody's well aware of, and somebody unfortunately gets sick and dies, then it very well would be actionable. If you're not putting in place safety precautions that are just commonly understood through government regulations and all of the experience that we now have with this disease, and somebody contracts COVID because of a failure to have these precautions in place, it will be actionable and has been. There already has been litigation. There's a litigation explosion anytime you have a big situation like this, whether it be a natural weather event or a catastrophe like this. There's always various types of litigation. This is one of them. It's happened. It will continue to happen, unfortunately. And hopefully the byproduct of it, though, is that it becomes less likely now and in the future. In other words, that facilities realizing that, A, not only is there a health risk, and I'm sure they want to take care of their patients, but B, there's a litigation risk. There's a financial penalty here, which unfortunately in this country is usually a bigger dissuasion than even the health risk is the financial one. So with that in place, you're seeing a higher standard of care being employed by these facilities, which is a good thing for everybody.